Hey guys, and welcome to Pheas Airsoft, where today I'm going to be doing an unboxing of this JING GONG JG109 T3 MC51 Rays. Hey guys, and welcome back. If you do enjoy this content today, please do consider liking, commenting and subscribing, because those interactions will help the channel get seen and to grow. Please use the Linktree link down below in the description to visit all of my socials, including my merch store, which I've now got up and running at pheasmerch.co.uk. And if you would like to support the channel a little bit more, channel memberships are enabled. Join button down below. It's 99 pence per month or equivalent in your country for your own videos, bloopers, your own giveaways and things like that. Totally optional, massively appreciated if you did do that, and let me know if you do as well. So I am back with a JG T3 MC51 unboxing. Why? A, because this was a birthday present to me from Mrs. Pheas, and I just got a soft spot for JING GONG stubby G3s basically. So we'll have a look at the box. I do like G3's boxes in general. I think they do quite nice boxes. And I'm quite partial to a good quality box. So you've got some variant pictures on the bottom edge. You got another couple of variants, including ticking the one specifically to this, and a little bit of general information. And just plain underneath looks a little bit damaged and beat up. So I'll get that lid out of the way. Bit of foam. So we've got, it looks like originally it was from Gunfire, and this came from a patrol base in the UK specifically. We've got our targets. I actually thought that said Shooty McShoot then for a second. So we've got a manual that very closely matches the actual model itself. In fact, it does match with removing the rail unit and everything. I like that. I'm happy with that. Shows even the pistol grip. It's more of a generic manual, but it covers them all. And then we've got a T3K1 more English sort of styled manual. So we'll get those out of the way, because let's face it, I'm never looking at those again. We've then got, I mean, my birthday's in February, and I'm only just getting to unbox this at the end of April, which tells you how busy I am across all of my life and various things I get on with. So in the box then, that has caught my eye and impressed me no end, because it's hit and miss at times. Sometimes you get a mounting rail, sometimes you don't. So that is to go on top to mount accessories. I am very, very happy that that is included. I'm going to put that to one side. We've then got one of the few things I dislike is this is our battery box that goes there, and it's a bit, yeah, wow. What I will say is there is a lovely soft rubberized texture to this. It feels very nice. I'm going to leave that there. I'm not going to say anything else. There is an 8.4 volt battery, which we will rate a fire check it on. A little bag of BBs. A charger that's no good to me in the UK. Some silica gel, because who doesn't need silica gel? And then there is an Allen key and a mag winding key, which both appear to be the exact same dimensions. And there she is, the beauty. I am so pleased with this. I cannot thank Mrs. Pheas enough for this. A little birthday present. Not a little birthday present, is it? Absolutely beauty. So it was about £110 from Patrol Base. There is also an unjamming rod in there as well. Now I know that JG are not the sort of like the best of everything and anything, but I've just got a soft spot for them. I just think they make, I don't know, I can't even put my finger on what it is. I just like their stuff. I like what they do. And for me, it's always been really reliable. I know other people have got other stories, but I found that they've all been really reliable for myself. So let's start at the front then. So we've got our chunky sort of muzzle brake, almost like an AR type muzzle brake there. We've then got quite a weighted rail unit that has got a little bit of play in it. It is mini Tamiya based, which is a bit but whatever. We've then got our charging handle, which doesn't go all the way back. Why is it not locking back? That's not right. Okay, which means I can't do my HK slap, which upsets me more. We've got a metal high cap, about 500 rounds, which is generally pretty good. Sounds like there's a couple of BBs in there as well. 3 BBs. Then got, now it is a plastic receiver, but like we found with the full length T3, K3s, they're pretty strong and stable. There is a tiny little bit of play in it, but there's no creak in there. Oh no, oh, liar of myself. Tiny bit of creak in there, but considering that is mostly sort of polymer, it feels really solid, and there is quite a lot of weight. I assume a lot of it is coming from the rail unit, but it feels nice. It is definitely front heavy, but you know, it's fantastic. We've got the retracting stock version here. Now I do find that stock, for me personally, and I have fairly long arms, I actually prefer having everything very close tight into my shoulder. So I find that for me is just a little bit too long, and actually a midpoint sort of around there would be far better. But it's either all the way in or all the way out. But it does lock very solid. There is a little bit of play once it's extended, just because it's not being stabilized all the way along. But this end bracket is plastic mostly, which makes me question and query how good a quality, how much abuse that would actually take. But we'll have a look at that. You've got your mag release then, so you've either got a button there, or you can use that to get rid of the mags. And I do find that I tend to hold mine around the mag well anyway, and so that's quick and easy to get access to. In terms of the front sight there, you've got a circular front sight, and we've got the rotating drum sight at the back. Let's see if I can get a view down there like that. Let's get one of the other settings. Number 4 setting. So you got, they're not the easiest, to be fair. I tend to just use the number 1 setting, the open setting, and I tend to find I do absolutely fine with that. Anyway, some of these, this is a metal rail unit, some of these are a touch sharp in places. So there is a front retaining pin, which just needs, I have just damaged my nail. I'll have to go and get my nails done now. There we go. So pull that out, and then it comes forward and down slightly, and then off and away. So it's actually relatively light. The majority of the weight is still in there, and just not obviously quite as heavy. Now I seem to think that's too short, because that should be more or less able to co-access that hole there. So at the minute, I would say that is possibly bunched up back here, possibly from it being downgraded, maybe, I don't know. We'll have a look in the disassembly video. There's something not quite right there. Well, I love it. I mean, I'm guessing that's what's causing it, because this wire runs down the inside of here, and this system obviously is running down here. So I would assume that this is crumpled up somewhere along here, which is stopping it along the way. But I am pretty damn impressed with the build quality. I love, sort of the size of it. I love the weight of it. I just think they're great pieces of kit, and just suit my play style. So to put that back on, I'm just going to angle it up, put that into there, and then, famous last words. Oh, mini Tammy was actually preventing it, and then on it goes, and then the body pin can go back in. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and get the shooting test done and everything, and then come back and see where we're up to. Interesting. Apparently 141.8 feet per second minimum, 182 feet per second maximum, and 163 is average. That would be 1 round per second. I think there's something wrong with this gun. Try that 7.4 again. Just not liking that at all. About 10 rounds a second. About 10, 11 rounds a second, nearly 11 rounds a second. Doesn't sound very happy though. About 13 rounds a second. Ooh. High 18 to 20 rounds per second. +5 meters. So I'm back from the range and chrono test. Well, first of all, hopping, it hopped absolutely fine, and definitely sort of putting out 40+ meters. So I didn't really notice any issues with the range particularly. However, as you saw, it was on the chrono initially. I was doing that on the 7.4 volt LiPo, and it just didn't seem to like to turn over at all, and was a little bit worrying. Picked up as I went through the other batteries. You know, that LiPo was fully charged and brand new, worked on. And unboxed this the same day as the ENC Strike Patriot, and it run on that, you know, a few seconds beforehand, absolutely fine. Which makes me think that this wire has been crimped somewhere. On the 8.4 and the 9.6, then it started picking up, sort of getting like 10, 11 rounds per second. With the 8.4 volt name, getting about 13 rounds a second-ish on the 9.6, and about 19 rounds a second on the 11.1, which is pretty much within realms of normality. So it was a little bit unsure about what was going on with that 7.4, so that needs a little bit of exploration, see if there's a need for repair or maintenance in there. But the range I was happy with. Rate of fire was a little bit, I do think that that wire should be a touch longer and should be sort of reaching to here, because at the minute that's a touch difficult to get a battery in and on and then fit it in that. And this, although it feels nice, it feels really lovely, that is just cheap, and it is going to break before too long. In terms of if you are going to use it, let's have a look at what kind of battery I can fit in there easily. Now the 8.4 that comes with it does just go in there, and the wires will go up, but it's a pain to get onto that. And then you basically just put these clips back on and you tighten it on there, which is absolutely fine. Just pull that out. So I've got the thinnest, smallest 7.4 I've got. Well, that will go in there quite happily if it did actually power the gun. So I could get that on there and tighten that down. So I'll put a link to that down below. And then I've got an 11.1, which, well, that is an 11.1 as well. Well, that will actually also fit in there quite easily. If this wasn't going to break so easily, I'd be more tempted, because I'll be honest, I do like the look of it on there. It is, you know, it's not a... Let's put that on. You know, it's not a bad look on there. It does look pretty cool. It's just, I just don't trust it for very long, and it is going to snap off fairly easily, as they have done in the past. So So you're going to get some, and I'll put back links to these two batteries down below. Those will fit in there and wire up as well. I am concerned about how it's performing on a 7.4 and then coming back round to the FPS, 149 to like 180 FPS. Now, the T3K3, when we had that was like 400 FPS out of the box. I had to put an SP90 spring in it to bring it down to just below like 350 or whatever. Something is not right. And the hop wasn't fully on either. The hop was fully off at the time of doing this, which you expose by pulling back the charging handle. You know, there's just something not quite right in there. I can't tell what, basically. So I'm a little bit concerned as to what's going off, but I'll figure that out and things. So next thing I'm going to do then is we're going to have a look at gloved operation and see what that's like. Thanks to Laurent on my Discord for naming this out, and a massive shout out to channel members who do pay their 99p a month for their videos and everything like that. Appreciate you guys a whole lot. In fact, you know what? I'm going to put your names on the screen right now. Look at them all. I'm so proud of them all. So, gloved operation then. In terms of muzzle brake, I can definitely unscrew that. I can take the mag out. Can I open the mag? I'm not getting that little hatch open, but I can easily wind it. Side note, the winder, if you've not seen one of these before, I will show you this. Now, some people hate them, some people love them. If you're in the safe zone, I think they're pretty cool. Just, there's no, you know, sore finger. You just sit and wind your little mag up, quick and easy. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. I know some people are very much vehemently against them, but there is a time and a place to be useful. And in a safe zone, when you wind your mags up, if you're going to have to run high caps, because mid caps are hard to find in the UK for these. So I can get the mag out, I can wind the mag, I can't access the fill hole. Now I can operate the charging handle with absolutely no issue, and if I could lock it back, I could definitely still HK slap it. Now at the minute, I can't get in to the hop. I definitely could adjust it with my gloves on, but I'm not sure if I'd be able to tell how much adjustment is going off. The battery change is just an absolute no with the gloves on this. Not in this present configuration anyway. It's just not going to happen. That's just going to be a nightmare. In terms of the fire selector then, really nice and easy. Absolutely no issues whatsoever. Nice and firmly into place. And pulling the trigger as well. You know, it's well developed. It's large and comfortable to hold. I'm happy with that. And the stock as well. Click. Oop, no, clicked it too far and release the stock. There we go. Nice and easy to operate. I've got no issues with that. And the rear, I believe, if I'm, is it a tumbler sight? Is that the right term for it? I'm sure somebody says it's a tumbler sight. That's nice and easy to adjust. So I've got no issues with operating this whatsoever, but that does concern me more and more and more. So, a little bit disappointed in the performance out of the box. I was hoping for more. I'm hoping that there's something easy that I can find in there that's wrong with it. Maybe the gearbox is misaligned to the hop unit or something. I don't know. We'll have to see what's going off in there for it basically to be performing like that. Obviously the wiring as well, something's not quite right there, which we'll look at as well. I do love it though. I love the ergonomics of it. I love the look of it. I love the weight of it. You know, looking at a couple of kilograms in weight there. Version 2 base gearbox. I do love it. Probably going to do work on it anyway, just because it's my own personal piece of kit. I've got plans to sort of spray the body green. I've got an AR stock adapter for it. That's going to be a future video. So, you know, it's going to be a piece of work for me to do. A little bit disappointed out of the box though. Just remembered I didn't sort of comment on there. So that was getting sort of like 10-11 rounds a second, similar to the 8.4, the other 8.4. The reason that I generally historically have said not to keep these is Obviously, it's 1100 milliamps, so you possibly might eke half a day out of it, depending how trigger happy you are. But the quality of the cells tend not to be great, so they tend to sort of just not be worth using after a while. So typically, lipos are longer term a little bit better, because in the same form factor as that, I can get many more milliamps, which is effectively how long it's going to last through a day into a day. So in that sort of form factor, in a 7.4 volt lipo, you can get like 2200 milliamps, which would, even for me at trigger happy, would last me all day long. So they're all right, but if you're going to run NIMS, you're going to need a couple of them, and these ones tend to sort of die fairly early on and not be worth much copy. In fact, I've had these at times come in JGs and just not even work out of the box because of the loose or dodgy connections inside. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Please do remember to like, comment and subscribe. Make sure to check out my merch store at pheasmerch.co.uk. The link is on my link tree down below in the description. I will see you next time for a disassembly. See you later. Bye.